It may make you sad to hear it, but this is the last story I'm going to tell you. I know you like to hear funny stories with jolly people and a happy end, but I don't have the strength for that anymore. What difference would it make if I lied to you? Well, my last story takes place in a land far away, a land that is about to die. It begins in the autumn forest. This is the story of Sadwick, the sorrowful clown. Sadwick is sleeping uneasily, like every night. And he doesn't even know that he'll destroy the world in the course of just a few days.
What a nightmare. Every night it's the same. I can hardly remember the last time I had a decent night's sleep. Spot? Where could Spot be? He usually comes to see me in the morning. That's Ben's spare hat. He doesn't like to wear it quite as much as he used to. He says it sags too much since I spilled all the starch. I can't reach it. Ben doesn't like me to wear his hats. He says they always sag so pitifully afterwards. Marbles, ruffs, small bells. I'd be less embarrassed wearing a potato sack. I can't reach it. That's too bad. Ah, yes, the broken stovepipe. Quite funny how the mind works. Since the handle broke, I made a fuss about how cold it is, forgetting how I always complained about the smoke before. If only my arm was longer and thinner, and it had 2 more elbows, then I could reach in and open the stove from the inside. Our old stove. The handle is broken off. What was that note again? Ah, yes. I remember now. It's where Ben sketched out how the human cannonball act is supposed to work. It's so unfair. He can even draw better than me. The plug is attached to the mouth of the barrel. It's the only way to get enough pressure to blow me hundreds of yards into the air. Oh boy, how I hate this act. The most important thing is a solid barrel for the cannon. After all, the cannoneer shouldn't be harmed when he blows me sky high. A parachute should provide a safe landing. Then there's nothing to worry about, is there? Ha 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 ha. A small bomb or some gunpowder are sufficient. Just load the cannon and light the fuse. Everything else will turn out fine. Seriously, that's what it says. Everything else will turn out fine. I can't believe this is real. This rock reminds me of one of the most basic principles of life. No matter what you have accomplished, no matter how big your paws or how sharp your teeth are, you can still end up being a doormat for a band of circus clowns. The rug may look fluffy, but I'm not touching it. I don't want to smell like a dead bear when I go into the woods. This rock reminds me no matter what you have accomplished, no matter how big your paws or how sharp your teeth are. Aha! Ben must have hidden it here. He only does that to annoy me. He knows very well I just hate pointed teeth. I could lose a hand if I reach into there. Ah! Oh boy, that was close. Ben will pay for this. I could have croaked. Ben told me this kind of candle burns indefinitely. I'll say it's just pretending. Ouch! Oh, damn, this is going to blister. Why do I have to be so clumsy? Small flame of hope. For what noble cause do you fight so courageously, and yet, eventually, finally, terminally, even you will extinguish? It's depressing. I hardly own anything. Everything I have fits into this drawer. There's only that stupid note in there. Ben made me write down all my chores. Pure harassment, if you ask me. What the heck? I'd better collect the note anyway. Maybe I'll find a fire somewhere. Brent has given me a lot of tedious chores for today. Why did I even bother to get out of bed? A dozen poorly assembled boards hanging from two loosely attached hinges. They protect me from wild predators, murderers, and all the other dangers in life. Or such is the illusion.
Sadwick! You awake? Come here at once! The day's already wasting away.
Right. Another happy day in the colorful world of the circus. Spot! Don't just lie around like that. What's wrong with you?
What do you think's wrong with him?
Maybe he's sick, the plague, or food poisoning,
Don't talk such nonsense.
worm fungus, blue pox. It could be anything.
He's thirsty, Sadwick. That's what happens if you don't carry out your chores properly.
Spot can take it. He's tough.
You've got a lot to learn. Caterpillars don't grow very old. Not if you treat them like this anyway. You'd better get used to the idea.
You're just saying that to annoy me.
I'm serious. You better give him something to drink.
Yeah, whatever, Ben. Come on, let's go, Spot. We'll get you something to drink. And after that, maybe we can finally do something useful. Spot seems to be a little hungry. All right, Spot. Time to have a drink. There you go. The water looks downright cloudy. No, wait. That's just a reflection of my face. I'll wash my hands later. I've got the feeling I'll get my hands dirty a couple more times today. I'm not thirsty. At least, not enough to drink this. After all, Grandpa's pantaloons have been washed in it. That's my brother Ben. I'll never be able to juggle as good as him. And he keeps telling me that. Over and over again. Can I try?
You want to juggle? Ha! You'd drop your nose if it wasn't attached to your face. Juggling is something for men of action, not for brooding types like you.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, sleepyhead. How often do I have to tell you? Rehearsals start at sunrise.
It's not my fault. I slept very badly last night.
Slept badly? What's that supposed to mean? Not those nightmares again.
They're not ordinary nightmares. They always feel so real. The earthquake, the craggy rocks.
Good heavens, Sadwick. Now pull yourself together. You're a clown, a jester, an entertainer. You're supposed to make people happy, not depressed.
When's our next performance?
Who knows? This stretch of land is just as deserted as all the others we recently passed through. People are leaving the land. They fear the end of the world.
Can't someone else play the clown?
And what do you want to do instead? Lion taming? Just face it, Sadwick. You're not talented enough for the big acts. You can't juggle. You can't throw. You can't even perform your human cannonball act properly.
I'm just fed up with honking noses and farting sounds. Why can't we provide high-class entertainment instead?
And what would that be?
I've written a couple of poems.
Oh, please. Spare me your poems. Believe me. Nobody needs your cerebral whining.
I sneak to the mirror in the darkest of night. I stare at my image and just see the clown. The louder he laughs, the harder I fight. Oh, sinister world, full of hardship and frowns.
Well, Sadwick, that's exactly why nobody likes you. If you really must write poems, why not some funny limericks?
Limericks?
There once was a young circus clown who imagined the sky falling down. He imagined so bad that it made him quite sad. On his face, he wore always a frown.
Okay, no poems then. But how about theater?
Theater? Nobody understands those pompous blowhards. Do you know why people love the circus? Because they don't have to think too hard.
Ah, I get it. If somebody is in search of a real knucklehead,
He can come straight to me and...
his search is over.
Hey, wait a second.
All right. The theater idea is off, but how about philosophy?
What kind of thing?
What could be more entertaining than getting to grips with the very nature of existence?
Not getting to grips with it? Do you have more of those terrific ideas?
I'd like to do something intelligent is all.
Listen, we make good money without producing anything. What could possibly be more intelligent?
You're right. A circus is the only worthwhile form of entertainment.
Spare me your sarcasm. Nobody likes that kind of humor. Now, go and practice your burping alphabet. Okay. Or the human cannonball act.
My nightmares must mean something.
Nonsense. Dreams are for losers. The same with your books and your poems. It's time you got a grip on reality, the serious side of life. Does that ring any bells?
You mean colorful balls and makeup?
Geez, Sadwick, you're a real pain. You need to wake up and be productive.
Is there anything I can do?
Don't tell me you forgot your chores again. I even wrote them down for you.
Oh, those. That's not what I meant. I'd like to do something more important with my time. Something Meaningful. Not this depressing day-to-day routine.
The sooner you do what you're supposed to, the sooner you can... Hey! Don't you roll your eyes like that, young man. Responsibility is still responsibility. Preferably, you start practicing your human cannonball act. Or take a good look around the area. Maybe you can find somebody who wants to see our performance.
I'd rather do the latter. See you.
Yep. See you. And don't forget, keep smiling. You're a clown. Remember?
This costume won't come any cleaner.
Keep your hands off the laundry. You'll only soil them again.
These are Grandpa's pantaloons. If the stories are true, they've seen the whole wide world. Have saved his life more than once, and caused a war. I've had to mend Grandpa's socks about 1,000 times, but he still refuses to do his bed of nails routine in bare feet. Grandpa looks even older than usual today. This chair's rocking days are long over. Hello, Grandpa.
Oh, hello, Ben. You look different. Is that a new hat you're wearing?
I'm not Ben, Grandpa.
I know, Ben. They don't make hats like they used to anymore.
I'm Chadwick.
When I was a little clown, we used to wear real hats with big, firm bubbles.
Chadwick, your grandson.
I could knock out a full-grown ox with my bubbles. I know that poor animal, but that's the way people liked their hats back then. Now, what can I do for you, Ben?
I wish you wouldn't always mistake me for Ben.
I know. The world is a vale of tears when you're young. Everybody's against you. But there are worse things than tight hats and pinching shirt sleeves, you know.
I'm paying close attention to your words of wisdom, like always.
When you're old, there are tight pains and pinching pantaloons, too. And this, my boy, is the most important lesson to take into old age. Loose-fitting pantaloons are the most loyal friends you could ever ask for.
Heavens, did he manage to bring his pantaloons into the conversation again?
I had one of those terrible nightmares again.
There's a cute saying I remember from my boyhood on that very subject. What was it? I forgot.
You mean the old saying, dreams are 10 a penny?
What? That's nonsense. Dreams are not 10 a penny. I once knew a guy who sold dreams at considerably higher prices. Now that I think of it, that guy might have been me.
Who in the world bought dreams?
No one. Well, that was where the plan fell short. But it was worth a try. There are always fools who spend money on any little nonsense.
Say, Grandpa, you've seen a lot of things in your time, haven't you?
You can say that again. You can ask me whatever you can carry.
What do you know about the autumn forest?
The autumn forest is it's an enchanted place full of mystery. Strange creatures dwell there, but not as many nowadays as in the past. In ancient times, lots of diverse tribes lived there. You can still find traces of them in ruins and in caves. When I was a child, half the valley was submerged underwater. Now, there's only that little lake with the island. That's all I can remember at the moment.
That's not surprising. You'd even forget the color of your hair if you didn't look in the mirror regularly.
But I still know that it starts with a G.
That doesn't count. You're just guessing.
But I'm right.
Why? Yes,
See? That's all I need to know. Please let it be green.
Do you know anything about nightmares and visions?
I know enough that I can't give a profound opinion about them. Only real oracles can interpret dreams, and they're the only ones that can tell you if it was a vision of some sort. I once thought I had a vision too, you know. Yes, an angel appeared and told me that one day my pantaloons would save the world. I was so excited. I went on pilgrimages, gathered disciples around me, and performed services, and all that without ever changing my pants. Finally, a gypsy told me that it had only been a nightmare. Oh, Ben, you can hardly imagine how embarrassed I was. 5 years in a monastery, simply because I had chili casserole before bedtime.
You know what? I'll just look it up myself.
Yes, couldn't hurt. I might still seem quite bright in the head, but sometimes the details get a little mixed up.
See you later.
Cheer up, Ben.
The fire dragon trap is empty once again. Grandpa always uses Nawahi eggs as bait. Bruno sleeps almost all day. He has to drag our trailers through dark forests during the night. I bet he never has nightmares. On the other hand, maybe this world is his nightmare.
Don't mess with Bruno, unlike you. He's already done his work for today.
Our lunch is already simmering on the stove in Grandpa's trailer. You can tell by the smoking stovepipe and the birds falling down. That's what Bruno is for. Blood of earthworms. The bottle is almost empty again. Beaver eyes. Grandpa uses them as cooking ingredients. He calls the dish eye candy. Unreachable, like so many things. Well, who would have thought? Those really are regular recipes. There goes my theory that Grandpa is preparing our meals from the fishing bait manual. Cooking is one of Grandpa's tasks, not mine. Not that I didn't offer to cook, but Ben objected. It's a sign of how low his esteem for me is. I mean, petroleum soup? Seriously. More recipes. Well, who would have thought? There goes my theory that Grandpa is preparing our meals from the fishing... We have much in common. This bottle is corked, and I'm screwed up. That's Grandpa's third pair already. The last two were eaten by woodworm, and it's only a matter of time with these. Yuck. Grandpa has always had a soft spot for animals. I'd rather leave him in there. It wouldn't be much fun to suck it through with a bottleneck for either of us. Well, who would have thought? Those really are regular recipes. Cooking is one of Grandpa's tasks, not mine. Not that I didn't offer to cook, but Ben objected. Grandpa's latest creation, petroleum soup. Inflammatory on the stomach, highly flammable in general, and a hazard to all low-flying birds in the vicinity. Ouch! Hot. Maybe I should make Spot taste it first. There they are, Spot. I'm just joking.
Where are you going?
I want to look around the forest.
Don't get lost.
Don't worry. What the?
I could have told you that. You and your sense of orientation.
That's Grandpa's shovel. He digs for roots and onions with it. Working in a compost heap, I think he stirs the soup with it, too. What the?
Yeah, that's like playing blind man's bluff without a blindfold.
That's what Bruno is for. Like I said, the handle is broken off. If I could only reach it from the inside. That could actually work. Hey, Spot, I need your help. We have to get this thing open. Do you think you can do that? All right, go for it. That was not too bad. Hey, isn't that Ben's casket? How did it get into the stove? Hey, isn't that Ben's casket? I wonder if that's the key to Ben's casket. It matches. The casket is open. Now I shouldn't get lost anymore. What the?
That's getting more and more fun each time.
Hi, Ben.
Oh, what do you want this time?
Why am I always getting lost?
Because you're good for nothing. That's why. Lack of orientation is just another thing on the long list of your inabilities. Without a map and a compass, you wouldn't even find your own feet. And what exactly are you doing?
I'm looking for my feet so I can kick you for what you just said. See you.
Yep, see you. And don't forget, keep smiling. You're a clown. Remember?
Hi, Ben.
Oh, what do you want this time?
Where can I get a compass?
I think Grandpa has one. Why don't you go and ask him?
Great. I might as well ask Bruno. Grandpa is so senile, he forgets what you asked if he tries to string two sentences together.
I might be a bit senile, but I've still got 2 ears with which I can still see very clearly.
Oh my, that won't be easy. See you.
Yep. See you. And don't forget, keep smiling. You're a clown. Remember?